welcome back. This is Lieutenant Gaming 57, and today is the last video. Well, I shouldn't say that, because then I'll come up with some more ideas. This is the video on naval units in my new Axis Allies. Okay, so for the first and smallest ship, we've got the frigate. So, frigates act like destroyers, in the fact that if there is an enemy submarine in the same season as the frigate will cancel all submarine abilities. There will be no first strike with the submarine, and there can be no submerging either, just like an Axis Allies. Also, they block the movement of enemy naval vessels, so they can't pass through there. So they're very handy blockers. They only cost $4, and they cost $3 if you ever get the improved shipyards technology, which reduces the cost of all of your naval vessels. They attack at 3, they defend at 4, and with nuke they can move 3. No, with nuke they can move 4. Because they move 3 already, so they're very fast ships, but they attack at only 3, so that's pretty bad on a D12. So subs can't move through. Subs don't have any. They don't have any abilities when they're in contact with a frigate, just like a destroyer. So that's the first ship, the frigate. These are very simple to make. These aren't plastic. This is cardboard. I cut strips of cardboard and then glued them together, and then with scissors I cut a triangle at the front and then glued chopped sprue onto the top to make it a smokestack. It's kind of ugly, but I will use it. I don't have anything better to use. So one step up from that is your destroyer. So we all know how destroyers work. They attack 4, defend at 4, they move 2 with nuke 3. They cost 8 and 7 with improved shipyards. And with nuke they cost 12 and take 2 turns to build. Unless you have improved shipyards, then it costs 11. So with nuke, then he can move 3. So that would be very handy. Nuclear energy is very handy. Except you can't get it, which I've covered all of that in my technology videos, so you should go check those out. Cruisers, this is regular cruisers, not heavy, light, or battle cruisers. Cruisers attack at 6, defend at 6, they move 2, and with nuke 3. They cost 12 and take 2 turns to build, 6 and 6. And then with improved shipyards, they will only cost 9, and it's 5 and 4. So I'm going to show you that. So 5 and 4, and then with nuke it's 8 and 8, or 7 and 4 for improved shipyards, and you have nuke. So it might look confusing, but to read that all, I've had the parentheses means that's what it costs, and then if it's a box, then that's what it costs when you have improved shipyards. Okay, so after that we have light cruisers. So let me find this here. So this is my China box, and I've got all of the Chinese pieces, the chips, and all that. So this is what I've made these chips. I've showed these before. But these are very simple to make. Strips of cereal board, and then you glue them together, and then you draw them. Okay, what was I saying? Light cruisers. So, I've showed these before, but it's just a strip of cardboard, cereal board, glue them together, and then write whatever you want on the back and front. So for these, I have written down heavy and light. And for some of them, I need to do this for all of them, but light also has fast underneath it. That's for fast battleships and not light battleships because it doesn't sound right. It's fast battleships. So, anyway, we're gonna use this one. So you can just plop that down. You've got a light cruiser. Boom. It attacks at 5 and gets first strike against subs only, and defends at 5, first strike against subs again, and 3 AA shots, up to 3 AA shots. Moves 2 with nuke 3, as usual. Cost is 10, 5 and 5, takes 2 turns to build. Otherwise, with improved shipyards technology, it costs 8 and takes 2 turns to build at 4 and 4. And then with nuke, it costs 14 and takes 2 turns to build, 7 and 7. Or it takes $11 and it costs 2 turns to build at 6 and 5. So you can see that here. Okay, then we've got heavy cruisers. So bam, done. Heavy cruisers. Attacks at 8, defends at 5, costs 14 and takes 3 turns to build. 6, 4, and then 4. 6, 4, and 4. And then, if you have improved shipyards, it's 5, 3, 3, which is 11. With nuke, it's 18. So that's 6, 6, 6, or 5, 5, 5. And then moves 2 with nuke 3 and has 1 damage. So with a heavy cruiser, you can damage him. Actually, I'm going to show off my cardboard tokens. So that is a damaged heavy cruiser. You don't have to do that though, you could just put him on the side. This is also cardboard, by the way. Other than that, we have battle cruisers. So, hold on a second. Okay, so battle cruisers. This is the battleship from the old Asnais version. So that's my battle cruiser. This is the new battleship. So you can see how much bigger the new versus the old battleship is. So this is my battle cruiser. And some people out there might say to paint this, but I really don't want to ruin an old Asnais version, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Everyone can tell that it's Japanese. So, battle cruisers attack at 8, they defend at 8, they move 2 with nuke 3, they cost 16 and take 3 turns to build at 6, 5, and 5, or 5, 4, and 4 with improved shipyards. They have 1 damage, and with nuke they cost $20 and take 4 turns to build with 5, 5, 5, 5, or 3 turns to build 5, 7, 5, 5 with improved shipyards. So that is the battle cruiser stats. Again, that means improved shipyards, that's the actual cost. And I put this here so that you don't have to play with the taking 4 turns to build, because that's in Guild War 36, and I really liked that idea. So all I did was take a strip of paper and then put your ship down, and then move it down as it enters the various stages of completion. After that, we have got fast battleship. Okay, so my fast battleship. Where is that cardboard chip? Oh, here it is. Okay, so fast battleship done. Attacks at 8, defends at 6, moves 2, costs 18, 6, 6, 6, or 5, 5, 5 for improved shipyards. With nuke costs 22 and takes 4 turns to build at 7, 5, 5. 7, 5, 5, 5. Wow. Here, why don't you just see it? Look at that. So that's with nuke, and then improved shipyards. Has 1 damage. That's basically the fast battleship for you. Then we've got heavy battleship. Why are the stats not filled in? Okay, so apparently when I was copying these over for my first draft of my unit stats, I forgot to write down the attack value and defense value and movement value for the heavy battleship. So, you can be a part of the making of the rules, I guess. So, since these are heavy battleships, I think that they should get 2 dice at 9s. And I know, that's probably overpowered, but still. So, 2 d12s at 9. These got 1 glance, 1 damage, so that means glanced, damaged, destroyed. He moves 2 with nuke 3. And all the costs are filled in. So let me just show you the cost. So the cost is 24,888 or 21,777 with nuke, 4 7s or 7,666, 1 glance, 1 damage. Okay, so that's the heavy battleship. And again, these are really, really big machines. So I think that my 2d12 at 9s are justified. Is justified. Battleships, regular battleships like you find in Ice and Allies, they attack at 8, they defend at 8, they cost 20 or 866 or 755 with improved shipyards. With nuke, they cost 24 or 7755 or 6555. So here is the attack and defense values, and here's the cost. That's the regular cost, and that is with improved shipyards, and that's the nuke cost with improved shipyards. And then we've got super heavy battleships. And I know this is a lot of battleships, but I like battleships. So, anyway, it's my game, so I get to do what I want. And besides, I made these myself, and they took forever. So, I think that a super heavy battleship is justified. Besides, the Americans were going to make the Montana class battleships, so, and the Japanese made Yamato class battleships. So, this is the super heavy battleship. That's the Yamato. That is made out of cereal board, and I painted it up myself. It attacks with 3d12 at 9s, defends at 3d12 with 9s, moves 2 with nuke 3, costs 28, 7777, or 6666, which is 24, with nuke 8888. What is that, $32? Wow, that's a lot. 7777, which is 28. It has 2 glance and 1 damage. So glance, glance, damage, boom. So that is a pretty powerful unit, but you do not want to leave it alone in a season, because I've tried this in playtesting. They'll have a bunch of enemy submarines or frigates or something like that, and they'll come over 1, 2, 3 with those puny frigates, with like 6 of them, and they'll just blow this up out of the water. And I know, you're like, 6 frigates can do anything, because that guy gets 3 hits basically every single time, but it still manages to sink the one battleship. Even though it's the most powerful battleship, I lost the Yamato that way, and it was awful and heartbreaking, since I spent however much money on it, and it just sunk. So do not leave the super heavy battleship, no matter how much you think it's invincible, alone. Don't leave it alone. So that's the attack value for capital ships when they're damaged. So battle cruisers attack and defend at 4, fast battleships attack at 4, defend at 3, heavy battleships attack at 5, defend at 5, battleships attack at 4, defend at 4, super heavy battleships 3 at 6, and 3 at 6. So they're still pretty powerful. That's 3 tanks on attack. And they still get their 3 shots, A2 for battle cruisers. So that is all of the capital ships except for the carriers. And I know this is 14 minutes, so this is going to be part 1. We'll come back after a short break. After this short commercial break. Nope. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I love naval units. I've been waiting for a good 5 days now for making this video. If you want to make one of these, let me know in the comments, and I'll show you how I made made one of these. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.